Hi, Jules here from Happy Mums Club, where we are consciously creating a true connection to not only our children but to our inner selves as well. So we're all on a journey of introspection and learning about who we are and how we tick. And that's what I wanted to share with you today in one of my raw and real videos, unedited, just coming at you from the heart. So today I wanted to talk about our brains. And you know, one of the most important things that I share with people is an understanding of how we work as human beings, and just knowing that we have parts of our brain that are our sort of survival brain, and then we have parts of our brain that are our rational thinking brain, and knowing the difference between those, and knowing that that a lot of the time it is the part of our brain that has massive emotional reactions that rules our daily lives, and a lot of the time we're not aware of this. So we have a part of our brain called the amygdala, and it's the part that has been there the longest, and it is our sort of prehistoric reptilian brain, and that's sort of right in the back of your brain here. And then we have another part of our brain that is most important to tell you, and this part here over the front is the prefrontal cortex. Our prefrontal cortex is the place that we do our rational thinking. It is the part of our brain that we are aware of. We know that we can think with this part of our brain. And when we are calm and when we are feeling good and relaxed, then we use our prefrontal cortex really, really well. However, when we are in any form of fear, then what can happen is the alarm part of our brain, this part, the amygdala, will actually trigger certain reactions actually in our neurological pathways and in our body that completely sort of overrule this thinking part of our brain. And what it does is it actually shuts down our prefrontal cortex, so that if we are in a position where we are frightened, when we are in fear, then the amygdala fears that you need support and there's possibly a life threat, and it will take over and it will shut down your prefrontal cortex. So when you go into panic, which is quite often, an emotion or a state that we go into, then what happens is we can't think straight, and we can't think about where did we put that thing, or what did I do, or what did I say to that person that upset them. It's just we go into this state where we can't really rationally think about it, and then we get more and more into the fear, and therefore more and more anxious. The other things that happen when we go into this frightened response, and it is an emotional response, is that it shuts down our digestive system, and it also shuts down our immune system. And if you think about getting stressed and getting ill, then a lot of the times you can now correlate the illnesses, the stomach upsets or IBS, problems with digestion, and, very often getting coughs and colds and illnesses coming along. So if you're stressed, that's why you come down with these things, is because these systems are automatically switched off by your brain. So today's lesson from Happy Mums Club is be aware of what's happening in your brain. Be aware of the state that you are in. Are you relaxed? Are you stressed? Are you calm? Are you, on edge? And be aware that if you are in that heightened state, in that fear of something, then it could be that you can't use your prefrontal cortex correctly, and therefore you need to do something to calm you down. And that could be as simple as just taking a little walk out into the garden and just looking up at the sky and seeing the birds and the trees and just experiencing nature for a few minutes. Or it could be just actually really relaxing and sitting and being still, or doing some nice deep belly breaths. Now, these things that I'm talking about to calm you down really come under the tools and techniques that I use in my Heart Smart model, which we really look at in much more detail and depth in the Happy Mums Club. So that's my little video for today. Don't like to make them any longer than this. Be aware, is it alarm brain? Is it calm brain? Is it your alarm brain? And is it calm brain? And one last little sort of golden nugget for you. Children are ruled by their alarm brain. Their prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. So the thing that they listen to more than anything is their alarm brain. So they are always in an emotional reaction to a situation. So if you're trying to reason with a child of why they shouldn't be doing this and giving them explanations, you've lost them, because they're not using their prefrontal cortex. They're not using and connecting to you on this level. They are in a high anxiety emotional state. And what we've got to do is we've got to get them out of that emotional state, not by a thinking process. And I'll talk about that in another video. Okay, have a great day and stay happy. Cheers. Bye.